Uish. Kalau
Kau
apa
dah
kan?
record?
Tapi nanti kita ambil lah gambar macam video introduction tu, kita susun kat situ.
Oh, lepas itu interaction tu boleh letak kita
Okay.
dah dulu tekan eh?
Dah.
Kita tekan ya.
Smile.
So semua kau bagi reaction eh.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our talk show on work etiquette. I'm Nasrul Hakim, your moderator for this talk show, and I'm delighted to have you all here as we dive into the intricacies of professional behavior in the workplace. We have an exceptional panel of speakers who will provide valuable insights on different aspects of work etiquette. Work etiquette refers to the set of professional behaviors, norms, and manners that govern interactions and conduct in the workplace. It encompasses a range of principles and practices that promote respect, professionalism, and effective communication among employees. Work etiquette includes aspects such as punctuality, respectful communication, appropriate dress code, maintaining confidentiality, demonstrating good manners, practicing active listening, and being mindful of cultural diversity. Adhering to work etiquette not only fosters a positive work environment, but also contributes to productivity, teamwork, and successful professional relationships. So, let's get started by introducing every one of them. Dressing appropriately not only showcases professionalism, but also sets a positive impression on colleagues and clients. So, introducing our first speaker.
Hello everyone, I'm Naida, a protocol consultant from Company A. Great to meet you guys here and I'm delighted to share my experience with all of you.
Alright, great to have you too. Miss Naida will share her expertise on dress code and its significance in the workplace. Moving on, let's welcome our second speaker.
Hi, I am Nabila. Thank you for inviting me here and I'm happy to meet everyone here. I'm currently working as a talent acquisition specialist at Company B, and I hope that I can give benefits for all of you here by disseminating my knowledge and journey working for European-based company.
There you go. Our Miss Nabila here surely has a lot to say on her plethora of experience. Make sure to reach for your pen and papers to start taking notes as you won't want to miss these sharings. So, Miss Nabila will shed light on verbal communication and the importance of effective communication skills in fostering productive relationships, resolving conflicts, and promoting a harmonious work environment. Last but not least, we have our third prestigious speaker with us here.
Greetings everyone, I'm Ahmad, a Senior Human Resource Manager in Company C. I've been in the field for years and I believe that along with two others reputable speakers, we get to convey the best outcome for the audience to gain more knowledge on our topic today, which is on work etiquette.
No doubt, sir. So, I believe that our talk show today will leave a huge impact with the presence of all these three eminent speakers. With Mr. Ahmad, we will discuss on non-verbal communication, emphasizing the impact of body language, facial expressions, and eye contact, and etc. on workplace interactions. So throughout our discussion, our speakers will offer practical tips, real-life examples, and strategies to enhance your work etiquette. As the moderator, I will ensure that each speaker has ample time to present their views and address any questions or concerns that you may have. We also encourage audience participation, so please don't hesitate to leave inquiries if you have any questions or insights to share in the comment section. So now, let's embark on this enlightening journey into the realm of work etiquette. So, I'll go to you first, Ms. Naida. Okay. So, maybe the audience here already has a rough idea on dress codes. So, maybe you can share with us what are dress codes all about?
Sure, Mr. Nasrul. So, in general, dress code means a set of rules specifying the required manner of dress in a particular place. For example, like in schools, clubs, events, and of course, a workplace. A dress code is not only applicable to those who work in an office. Doctors in hospitals have dress codes, and even in the military, they also have dress codes. It depends and varies based on purpose, circumstances, and occasions. It can be formal or informal, and some might include the use of uniforms. Since we are talking about dress code in the workplace, it simply means a set of guidelines to make it easy for employees to know what is appropriate to wear at work.
And why is it essential to have dress codes in such workplaces?
Okay, so why is it essential to have a proper dress code in the workplace is because it shows professionalism in the working environment. Employees are representative of their workplace. The company's goals and visions are reflected in who they choose to hire. Dressing in proper business attire sends a message that the employees are professional and reliable. People's impressions are naturally based on visuals, especially during the first meeting. So, how you would choose to dress makes for a positive or negative impression of you and how you'll be remembered, which in turn creates that image with your company. And you never know who you'll meet that will make an impact on business dealings. This image could indirectly bring the difference whether you are securing or losing the opportunity to make a deal.
I agree with that because people's first impression towards us is important as it actually lasts quite for a long time. Therefore, you never want to miss the chance to portray yourself in the best way possible.
True, Mr. Ahmad. First impressions are very critical and crucial, and I would like to add here that you should never underestimate the power of dress code as it can go beyond looking dapper. This is because it has the potential to influence outcomes by giving you or employees a slight edge of credibility. This thing, not only by experience, has also been proven by research. A research in 2014 has studied men of different backgrounds for a social experiment on attires. They were split into three groups. One wore suits, the other in whatever they had on when they arrived, and the other in sweatpants and t-shirts. They were then paired with a neutral group to test their negotiation skills, and it came out that the first group out of the three averaged a far better deal for their businesses. So to whoever said never trust a man in a suit, I've got bad news for you because people are buying them. Besides that, having a dress code also creates a standard for visual cohesion in a workplace. These allow employees to feel like they are a part of the company and working towards achieving the company's goals, as they convey a level of dedication to the job. Certainly, employees have a right to express themselves through their clothing, but with the same thing, so do workplaces, as they reserve the right to express how they want their business to present itself. Whether intentional or not, how we dress sends a message. It is up to the employees to ensure that the message conveyed by their appearance represent the company.
I believe the audience wants to know more about the type of dress codes. Having different backgrounds of studies, it's a must to know what to expect on the dress codes in the workplace of their discipline. It will also benefit you when you're working locally or even in an overseas setting.
Yes, Miss Nabila. As you mentioned, dress code in the workplace may vary depending on the industry, company culture, and the level of formality required for the job. To start on the types of common dress codes, we'll start with the most formal of them all, which is business formal, known as professional or corporate attire. It typically requires employees to wear tailored suits, dress shirts, ties, and formal shoes. Same for women, as they may be expected to wear dresses, skirts, and etc. Dress code is often seen in traditional corporate settings or high-level professional environments. Okay, so next we have business casual, a professional yet less formal dress code where it allows a mix of dress, pants, skirts, blouses, shirts, and appropriate footwear. Then we have casual, which is a relaxed dress code with jeans, khakis, polo shirts, and skirts, but with still some restrictions like no flip-flops, tank tops, or shorts. Blending casual and business attire, there is also a smart casual dress code where you can go for some mix and match of khakis or pants with collared shirts or blouses. And last but not least, uniforms for industries like healthcare and retail that ensure a consistent and professional appearance. However, as we can see over the years, the dressing sense of working professionals have changed significantly. There is now more diversity and flexibility in workplace attire. In a creative work environment, one can wear anything, but in companies and corporate, proper dress code is highlighted. The standards for professional attire vary from industry to industry, so it is up to the place or company to choose its own rules. Considering that standards vary so much, how do we know how to dress? Okay, so some of the general rules of most companies' workplace attire is that all clothes worn must be clean. This means that we must ensure our clothing is always washed cleanly, ironed neatly, and in good shape, without tears or holes, even if it is fashionable these days. Another general rule is that most companies require professional attire which is not revealing. For example, women need to wear a long skirt instead of short one. Preferably a skirt with below the knee. Other than that, another rule is that companies allow wearing jewelry, but any piercings are not allowed to be shown during work as it can affect other staff and also clients, possibly making them uncomfortable.
As in my experience, there are incidents that happen because of not complying with the proper dress code, such as discrimination on how others dress. I somehow believe that having dress code is more advantageous rather than to be no dress code policy. Could you enlighten us more on the benefits and advantages of having dress code, Ms. Naida?
Okay, absolutely, Mr. Ahmad. As I have mentioned before, dress code portrays professionalism, image of the company, and creates a visual cohesion where it builds a sense of unity in a workplace. Besides having those benefits by themselves, it also provides safety and security in certain industries or workplaces. For example, some jobs may require their employees to wear protective clothing like helmets or safety boots to reduce the risk of accidents and injuries. And similarly, some institutions might require IDs, badges, or uniforms for security purpose, like identifying their authorized personnel. On the other hand, when living in a multiracial country like Malaysia, dress codes also can be designed to promote equality and prevent discrimination if it is crafted to respect cultural, religious, or traditional values. They can accommodate specific attire requirements or restrictions to ensure that everyone feels comfortable and included in the organization. I would say that the HR department should play the role when outlining the company's dress code policy so we can foster diversity and promote a respectful and inclusive working environment.
I see. What an enchanting discussion we have here from our speakers. So from the conversation just now, we could summarize that dress codes in the workplace serve as a guideline for appropriate attire and play a crucial role in shaping a professional environment. They ensure consistency, project a positive image, and promote a sense of unity among employees. So dress codes can vary depending on the industry itself, ranging from formal business attire to business casual or even more relaxed dress styles for creative industries. So having dress codes helps maintain professionalism, enhances productivity, and fosters a cohesive work culture. It also eliminates ambiguity and potential distractions, allowing employees to focus on their work and present a polished image to clients and customers. Additionally, dress codes can instill a sense of pride and self-confidence among employees, boosting morale and creating a more professional atmosphere overall. So let's move on to the next topic, shall we? Miss Nabila, would you mind telling us more about your experience working at a recruiting company in Europe?
Well, before coming back to Malaysia, I worked as a talent acquisition executive in the Netherlands for over 2 years. My job involved working closely with hiring managers, identifying vacancies, coordinating the recruitment process. It was quite a diverse role as I had to communicate with different people at different levels and positions, from the top management to fresh graduates. When I first started working in Europe, I was really excited about the flexible working environment and the emphasis on work-life balance. It was really a refreshing change from the overworked and underpaid culture that I was used to back in Malaysia.
Good to hear that. A positive change in your working environment.
However, I also faced some challenges due to the difference in communication styles between the Asian and European companies.
Yes, I also usually recognize these kind of differences in communicating from the movies and TV series.
Yeah, one incident that stands out was during a meeting when a hiring manager raised his voice and corrected me in front of everyone else. And as an Asian, I felt embarrassed and humiliated. I held some resentment towards him, but after the meeting, he casually invited me for a cup of coffee. So I was really confused by this sudden change in behavior, and when I confronted him about it, he explained that this is in their working culture, expressing opinions and suggestions openly was considered normal. So it was a moment of realization for me that communication styles can vary greatly, and it's important to adapt and understand cultural differences.
I get what you mean. This shows that work etiquettes can differ according to culture, especially in the context of communication. Some are accepted here, but some are less accepted somewhere else.
Correct. In general, the European workplaces prioritize direct and straightforward communication, where people openly discuss, express their thoughts and opinions regardless of their positions. And this is quite different from the Asian cultures, where communication tends to be more indirect and relies on subtle cues and nonverbal gestures to maintain harmony and good relationships. Despite these differences, I was able to build good relationship with my colleagues in the Netherlands.
Perfect. Glad to know that you're having good relationships with your colleagues. Do you have anything to say to the audience here who are planning to pursue their studies overseas?
Well, the key takeaway from my experience is the importance of understanding the culture of your workplace. It's crucial for maintaining and fostering positive and long-term relationship with your colleagues and other people you work with. By adapting to the different communication styles and being open-minded, we can navigate these cultural differences and create a harmonious work environment. This applies to people who are working inside Malaysia as well. You will get surprised at how different workplace or different companies have their own styles of communications during work. Therefore, I want to emphasize that it is really important to understand and to adapt to this different working environment across different companies.
It's good to expect the unexpected, right, Ms. Nabila? Working in a team or in an organization, you have to expect organizational differences as well as individual differences. So by understanding and adapting, we will get to know the appropriate way to communicate verbally, complying to the organization's culture across companies. So talking about the unexpected, Ms. Nabila, so in 2020, we had an unexpected pandemic that affected the whole world for years. People started to work remotely due to the COVID-19 restriction as they couldn't go to the office. So as for now, companies implemented working from home or remote working rather than having full-time being present in the office. How's that, Ms. Nabila? Does verbal communication still matter when you work remotely?
In the realm of remote work, the power of verbal communication should never be underestimated. It enables us to express ourselves with clarity and emotion, forging stronger connections and minimizing misunderstandings. Engaging in real-time discussions and meaningful conversations helps us to make decisions swiftly and exchange information effectively. The beauty of hearing one another's voices lies in the sense of authenticity and the trust it fosters. It brings us closer and as a team. It brings us closer as a team. While written communication serves its purposes, verbal communication fills the gaps, offering immediate feedbacks and genuine human interaction, striking a harmonious balance between the form of communication and cultivates an environment of open dialogue and collaborative teamwork in the work of remote work. Anyone here familiar with the Microsoft Teams or Google Workspace?
I just love Google Workspace. Google Meet, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Google Docs, Sheets, everything is integrated and put in one place.
I'm more familiar with the Microsoft 365 ecosystem. I believe it works the same as Google Workspace. Everything is there, and you can do instant meetings, keep track of each other's progress, do collaborative work with colleagues, and it's just awesome.
True. We have become more efficient since then. No more sending PDFs and documents through WhatsApp nor emails. Everything is in cloud storage nowadays.
Absolutely. In remote working, utilizing a team communication app can greatly enhance the way we interact and collaborate. These apps serve as a platform for seamless communication and can make our work lives much easier. Examples of such apps other than Google and Microsoft, you should also try ProHub, Slack, and many more. By adapting a team communication app, we open up a world of benefits. Firstly, it provides a centralized space where team members can come together regardless of their physical location. This fosters a sense of connection and allows for efficient collaboration, even in remote or distributed teams. Next is that team communication apps offers various features that streamline communication processes, from instant messaging and file sharing to project management and task tracking. These apps provide a comprehensive toolkit for effective teamwork. They will help us stay organized, reduce the clutter of emails, and ensure that important information is easily accessible to all team members. Team communication apps also promote transparency and inclusivity. They enable real-time updates and discussions, allowing everyone to stay informed about project progress, changes, and important announcements. This ensures that everyone is on the same page, leading to smoother workflows and better alignment within the teams.
I agree with that. The development of team communication apps gives a huge positive impact on organizations. Even sometimes we can automate things and we could lessen our own workloads. However, Ms. Nabila, I believe we still need a sense of connection with real people despite having these apps. Am I right?
Yes. It's really important to know that while team communication apps are valuable tools, they should not replace face-to-face interactions or personal connections. Building strong relationships and fostering a sense of camaraderie within the team still relies on human connection and genuine interactions. Therefore, it's essential to strike a balance between digital communication and in-person engagement. In conclusion, incorporating a team communication app into our workflow can greatly enhance collaboration, streamline communication, and improve overall productivity. However, we must remember that technology is merely a tool, and the authentic human interaction remains essential for fostering a positive and cohesive work environment.
Yes, balance is everything. Being productive as well as connecting better with our colleagues improves our work environment. Again, all of these points revert back on working etiquettes. We communicate with respect to each other and complete our tasks as we suppose. We treat people like how we want to be treated. Oh, Miss Nabila, one more question. Are there any verbal communication skills at the workplace that we often overlook?
There are few verbal communication skills that often go overlooked but actually deserve more attention. One of them is taking a moment to think before you speak. It's not just about effective communication, it's actually about being considerate and mindful of others. When you pause and reflect before explaining your thoughts and ideas, you can deliver a message that truly resonates with your audience. It's important to plan ahead and think about what you want them to take away from the conversation, especially if you're expecting them to take certain actions. Silence can sometimes make us uncomfortable, but embracing it can actually enhance our response. Taking a moment to gather our thoughts and organize them into concise and clear statement shows that we actually value what we're really saying. Rushing to answer may lead to a response that doesn't really truly capture our intentions. So let's take those pauses, convey thoughtfulness, and let our audience see that we've carefully considered our words. Another important skill that often get overlooked is active listening. It's not just about hearing the words, it's about truly comprehending what the speaker is saying. To do that, we need to pay full attention, maintain eye contact, and avoid interrupting. Showing genuine interest by asking questions, paraphrasing, and also seeking clarification when needed can go a long way in fostering better understanding and connection. Being adaptable and flexible is also crucial in the workplace. Things can change rapidly, and being able to adjust and go with the flow is a valuable skill. It means embracing new ideas, finding creative solutions, and working effectively with diverse individuals and teams. And lastly is about giving constructive feedback, which is an essential skill, especially for leaders. It requires tact, sensitivity, and clarity. When providing feedback, it's important to include actionable suggestions for improvement while maintaining a supportive and respectful tone. This approach promotes growth and development in both personal and also professional relationships.
I see. So let's start paying more attention to these often overlooked verbal communication skills. Taking a moment to think before speaking, active listening for better comprehension, being adaptable and flexible, and providing constructive feedback. By honing these skills, we can improve our work etiquettes on communication and create a more positive and collaborative workplace environment. So thank you, Ms. Nabila, for your eye-opening sharing on verbal communication. So let's talk about another type of communication with our honorable third speaker on non-verbal communication. Mr. Ahmad, what does it mean by communicating non-verbally? And is it important to be paid attention at our workplace?
Okay, everything that communicates but that does not use words is considered as non-verbal communication. For example, without even talking, Miss Nadia is currently communicating with us. Your body posture, the accessories you attach to yourself, a pocketbook, and then the pen you hold are conversing with us. We communicate non-verbal continuously throughout of the day. We also can simply assume if someone is having nightmares or a good sleep just by observing them sleeping. We never know whether the assumptions are true, but still their sleep motions roughly give us information to perceive and interpret. Here, I want to emphasize how crucial non-verbal communication can impact others' interpretation and impression, but just by perceiving us.
And when it comes to why non-verbal communication is very valuable, why is it important? Is it at the same level of importance as verbal communication? Does non-verbal matters much even though the person already possess strong verbal skills?
Well, let's take a moment to understand its significance. Nonverbal cues often convey more than words alone, playing a crucial role in our interaction and relationships. I want to share a few reasons why nonverbal communication is essential. First and foremost, nonverbal cues play a vital role in cultivating strong relationship and fostering trust. By actively attending to others' nonverbal cues, we demonstrate about for their presence and show that we are genuinely listening. This deepens connections and strengthens bonds, making it easier to establish understanding and effective communication with coworkers and colleagues. Whether we are engaging in conversation or delivering a presentation, paying attention to nonverbal cues helps build a rapport and foster a sense of mutual understanding.
Oh, and what what's the role of emotion? I believe expressing emotion is also considered as non-verbal communication if no words are spoken, right? Like putting a big smile while entering the office or even scratching your head when you're dealing with a difficult task.
Good eyes, Miss Nabila. Absolutely. Non-verbal communication also allows us to express a wide range of emotion, from happiness and excitement to sadness and anger. Through facial expression, body language, and voice tones, we can deepen our emotional connection with others. By actively utilizing these non-verbal cues, we enhance our charisma and create an inviting atmosphere that makes people feel comfortable being around us. Whether it's a warm smile, confident posture, or expressive gesture, our nonverbal expression can convey our emotion and strengthen the bond we share with others. Moreover, our body language itself could have a huge impact and may have a significant influence on other. Confident demeanor, a solid handshake, or keeping professional eye contact give the impression that we are credible and affect how other people see us. Our personal and professional presence may be greatly improved by comprehending on and using these nonverbal cues. We may improve our communication abilities and create deeper relationship with people around us by developing our capacity to recognize and use nonverbal cues.
I actually love how non-verbal actually leaves a strong effect on situations and people, even though we often take it as it is. Now we know that we have to be aware and acknowledge those non-verbal cues that might need to be unraveled. I believe if non-verbal communication is managed properly in the workplace setting, we might get the chance to develop a better and positive working environment for everyone. So, do you have any practical tips on managing positive non-verbal communication at work? Sama.
I can offer some fundamental nonverbal communication tips that you may put into practice at work. It may have significant influence on social interaction at work, and practicing nonverbal communication in the workplace is also a valuable skill that can greatly enhance your professional interaction. Firstly, use positive and good body language according to culture. Through your body language, you can convey your professionalism and assurance. Maintain a straight back. Maintain a straight.
Maintain a straight.
Maintain a straight
Back.
Maintain a straight back. Make eye contact when appropriate, and refrain from making defensive motions. Genuinely smile to portray friendliness and approachability. Culture differences make people offended if we make some behavior that does not match with their own culture. So make sure you study and understand the culture at the workplace. Next, practice active listening with your colleagues and your employer. Same just like Miss Nabila said just now. Focus on the speaker and show that you are paying attention to engage in active listening. Your non-verbal communication abilities will improve if you nod, make eye contact, and make the proper facial expression to convey comprehension and interest. And some rules for you guys: make your action in proper frequencies appropriately. Don't overdo it. Furthermore, pay attention to your voice tone. It might imply a variety of meanings and feelings. Practice speaking in a manner that is courteous. Practice speaking in a manner that is courteous, firm, and consistent with your message. A harsh or combative tone should be avoided, since it might make communication difficult.
Talking about non-verbal communication, our audience here are preparing for their job search once they graduate. For sure, they will go through interviews to apply for jobs that they want. We normally emphasize on the preparation for verbal communication and rarely work on non-verbal aspects other than attire. Moreover, interviews are usually short, therefore we have a very little time to portray our non-verbal communication. So do you have any tips for them to leave good impressions towards the employer on non-verbal aspects during their interviews?
Okay, I have been in HR for several companies for years and sometimes hired to be an interviewer for my part-time job. Also, with my experience in this field, I think this is a nice question for me to answer. I can give some values of non-verbal communication during interviews. There are few non-verbal things that we emphasize during interviews. First, lower your back should be pressed against the chair back when you sit upright. Slouching can make a candidate appear indifferent, while sitting on the edge of the seat might make the applicant appear frightened or too tense to the interviewer. Keeping your feet firmly set on the floor or even cross at the ankles will project confidence and stop from you fidgeting, which will devalue all the wonderful things you have to say. Second, it's important to know what works for you personally in terms of seeming at ease and not fidgeting during an interview. You can learn everything about psychology behind what clothes, colors, and styles make the greatest impression. Make sure your selected attire is comfortable and allows you to move. Pay attention to the shirt or jacket. When a candidate isn't acting their best, it's clear from their stiff motion and hand gesture, as you're more prone to playing around with distracting accessories when anxious or under pressure. Keep jewelry, tassel, and other accessories to a minimum. And third, try to pin or tie your hair back of your face if you're a woman. Not only will it make you appear less professional, but twisting it or pushing it behind your ear will make it harder to what you have to say even before any question are posed. The power of candidate who is composed in front of panel of interviews is great and will convey a great deal of confidence. Fourth is even entering the interview room or proceeding to the meeting room with the receptionist might leave an impression. A candidate who is comfortable interacting with stranger is demanding situation is exactly the kind of scenario that many individuals will encounter at work every day. Then you need to walk upright with purpose and with shoulder pulled back.
So, in conclusion, non-verbal communication plays a crucial role in our interactions, including job interviews. Maintaining proper posture, such as sitting upright with the lower back against the chest back, sends a message of professionalism and confidence. It is important to be aware of personal comfort and attire, as well as minimizing distracting accessories to avoid fidgeting and maintain focus. So, tying back hair for women can enhance professionalism and ensure clear communication. And finally, entering the interview room with purpose and engaging confidently with others. Finally, entering the interview room with purpose and engaging confidently with others through body language can leave a lasting positive impression. Nonverbal cues greatly impact how we are perceived, and paying attention to them can enhance effective communication in various settings. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today on this insightful talk show focused on workplace etiquette. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today on this insightful talk show focused on workplace etiquette. Throughout the discussion, we have had the privilege of hearing from our three esteemed speakers Ms. Naida, Ms. Nabila, and Mr. Ahmad, who have shared their expertise on various aspects of workplace behavior, including dress code, verbal communication, and also non-verbal communication. We thank our speakers for sharing their expertise and hope that the information shared today will help you excel in your professional endeavors. Remember, by practicing proper workplace proper workplace etiquette, we can create a respectful and productive environment. Thank you for joining us for today and best wishes for your continued success. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you everyone.
Welcome.
Record tak?
Okay tak? Aku punya phone. Aku nampak lagi.
Okay, nampak.
Recording kan?
Uh-uh.
Recording kan?
Recording.
Settle.
Kau bontot aku.